It's Madden NFL 24, and we're in for a show from Anthony Richardson. We'll see him sling it all over the yard in this one. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And coming up of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Howell, first play, going to throw it. And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down, now here's second down. And Howell will throw it. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 23. You talk about this Bengals defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
George Pickens, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. George Pickens, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Kenneth Gainwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Cleveland to return from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. You talk about this Bengals defense, currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants him to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They're going to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to it. Last play, they got stepped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Bulldozes past him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now it's Richardson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Richardson looking to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to throw, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
87 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch that?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Now they go play action with Howell. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
For the play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And it is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
They run behind center with Gainwell.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Howell. Out to the right, this one pulled in by Streets. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Howell down to throw it.
And the pressure too much. Down he goes.
Micah Parsons. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Olave motioning to the left.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Let's go now.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Here's Richardson to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A little costly there. You wipe out the 1st down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Off play action. Richardson.
Open man, here's Foster. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And inside the tray before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven 1st.
For an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
They're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On 2nd down, Kamara shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 down to the 9.
Holding. Offense.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They start the drive here with Gainwell.
Yeah, he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And taken right on the 30. And 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Now Richardson.
This is caught, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. Then we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Now Howell.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And you can see an 8-point game as they've gone to the intermission. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. J.K. Dobbins, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And at halftime, they trail the visiting Seahawks in that ball game. Brandon Cooks, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. We saw a strong first half out of the mobile quarterback, Anthony Richardson. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here is third down and 4.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Richardson working from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
He juked him, and he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 24. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Flushed out right. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
They'll run with Robinson.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 4 yards out. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here's Howell.
Buying time to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Micah Parsons
in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Howell. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
Play action. Now Richardson.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs. But in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And Richardson completes a quick one out wide.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So our 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he lost the football, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the mark.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
On 1st down, Howell. That's complete to his receiver, McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Howell. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Jalen Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
When this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working and keep it going.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out. Good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they can't bring him down. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, they go with Armstead. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down, here's Richardson.
Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Puka Nacua.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Bengals getting set to go.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go.
1st down, Howell to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
A strong running. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Well, the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Robinson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Armstead will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is where you're hoping you can catch the defense with too many men in the box. You line up in a jumbo set and pull people close to the line of scrimmage and in tight. And then it was all about closing off the angles of pursuit on the strong side and hoping your guy can win the race to the outside. And that time, he takes a toss and follows his lead blocker right into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw, Howell.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Talking about vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Drops this one down to Gainwell.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded just inside the 20. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
about ready to go on offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are. And let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
Ready, break.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On second and goal, here's an option play left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Now Hooker.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Second down and 4. And Howe will throw it. Throw out wide is incomplete.
You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. In this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Ravens, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.